Chapter 990, 91, 92. What are these samurai gonna do? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. It's the Podcast. I'm the best guy ever. We got Give and Take over here.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
And it's time to just jump into it. Here we go, baby. 3 chapters, one after another. Time codes in the description if you care to jump around. That's your prerogative. But just sit back, relax, and we'll regale you with the tale of One Piece. Chapter 990, A Lone Force.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
So, starting off with the cover page, it seems that the Lola and Chiffon now believe that it is their dad, and they have ropes, and they will bring him on the ship, and that is that.
He did it. I mean, there's a little more detail here that I like, which is that, like, the name at the bottom of this, or the little description, is like, just like Mama told us, our father is a stubborn man who gets out no matter how many times he's knocked down. That actually kind of, like, characterizes the relationship between Big Mom and Poundy Pussy, who would not give up. Poundy that a pussy-ing. you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure Big Mom respected that. That's kind of sweet. She said some nice things even after he was gone.
I wonder how many times she beat him up before she said yes, initially.
Many times, no doubt. Anyway, this cover arc is chugging right along. It is what it is. Let's get to that surprise twist ending at the end as fast as possible, Oda. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, moving on, yeah.
So, last time, there was a whole bunch of stuff happening. I can't even remember. I think Big Mom got hit by a bike.
Yep.
And previously she had used her sword to make a big hole in the wall, and now Sasaki, who has been tied up, is now freed due to that attack. And he's gonna go kill fucking what's his face?
Whoever.
Kyoshiro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right, because he's the one who tied him up. That big jerk.
He's his best friend for life, apparently. You've been friends for so long.
Sasaki's very chill about it, though, and I like that. He's just kind of, all right, just got to go kill this guy who betrayed me. Nothing to get excited about. Just going to go do that. I like him. I like his attitude so far.
Yeah. So,
That's it.
Then, not really much there. And then we cut back to Kaido and the Sulong minks who are fucking up all of his boys, including Jack. Jack is there fighting with the best of them. He's knocking them around. There he is.
There's not much more to say. I mean, the fight is going on, and we get, like, the ominous shadow of, oh, what's this? Nekamamushi and Inugarashi. Looks like they're doing something. Oh, incredible.
Yes, they're all very big and powerful, and we'll come back to that. Then, Queen and King are talking about how everything's gone wrong.
King's just fucking shitting on Queen for, like, these are your damn prisoners. They escaped, you piece of shit motherfucker, which is understandable. King's trying to keep things under control, and Queen is a little lackadaisical in keeping tabs on stuff.
Then King starts calling the Flying Six, and we get our first interesting conversation between Drake,
in all of One Piece.
the time that I enjoyed the manga. Hawkins is sitting there doing his tarot cards, and Drake is talking about how Hawkins was forced to be here against his will, which I assume means, like, forced to be in Kaido's crew against his will. And it's like, if you're planning a betrayal, now would be a good time. So I don't think we'd previously been, like, told what Hawkins' relationship is with Kaido, whether he joined voluntarily or not. But it seems
of course,
like
we knew that their plan was, like, to take down Kaido in some way, but it's true. This is the first time we're getting a little more insight into Hawkins' perspective, and he pretty much just seems like resigned. Like, this is life. I have to work for these guys, and if I try to rebel, they'll probably kill me. So, just go along, doing my business.
I don't know. I feel like his character with his prediction stuff is that he's playing the long game, and that is like, no, of course now is not the right time. I'm gonna wait until the actual right time because I know what it is.
I would sure like it if there was a payoff to his whole prediction thing, in that, like, if any character in all of One Piece was going to have a thing where, like, they were playing a long game and, like, predicting what the path to their eventual goal would be, you'd think it would be the guy who, like, kind of can predict the future. So hopefully that does happen. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because right now, I don't hate the guy, but he's pretty much a flat line in terms of he's just like an enforcer for Kaido with a gimmick of predictions. I do hope something interesting comes of it, and it certainly could. Maybe he'll be the fucking, like, X factor on this whole operation because he saw the path to victory better than anybody else. I don't know.
Yeah, what's his ability again? It's like to
He's got like the puppet, the
turn,
voodoo doll power.
Turn someone else into a voodoo doll of himself. So like if they attack him, the other person gets hurt instead.
Yeah.
What if he does that to Kaido somehow, and then he kills himself, but then Kaido dies?
I mean, there's probably that would be something. I think he has to, like, get them to agree to it. I mean, it hasn't really been gone into, but he has some seeky stuff like that. It could be cool. Yeah. Come on, Odo. I mean, we need, like I've been saying, like, his power is interesting, and, like, just randomly turning into animals, not the most interesting devil fruit. So if something cool could be done with that, I'd certainly like it.
Also, he says he has a prediction that of 1% chance a certain man will be alive tomorrow morning.
You are the 1%.
Not sure who he's talking about. We're obviously not supposed to know yet, but apparently Drake knows who he is talking about. So I don't know. Could be Kaido, could be Luffy, could be someone else.
Indeed. How mysterious. But then King's on the phone, and he's got an update, just telling everybody what's going on. Yeah.
The new thing is you don't have to get Yamato, you have to stop Luffy from getting up to Kaido. You got to stop people from getting up to Kaido.
Yep.
That's the new thing.
And they've canceled the whole you can challenge an all-star thing, so that's kind of a fucking piece of shit move. And also, narratively, like, woo, we introduced that, and now it's gone. That was a useful plot thread. I guess it was all right, but I don't know. Just there's a lot of chaos going right now.
I think the purpose of that was sort of to introduce
Yamato,
the idea
maybe.
that the Flying Six are not, like, super loyal, and they kind of want to kill the All-Stars or whatever they're called, the big boys.
Yeah. I'm not shitting on it. It wasn't that bad or anything. It's plus, I mean, how many chapters have we been, like, using that premise to do stuff? It's fine. I got no problem. Yeah.
But yeah,
But of course, Ulti is not pleased about this. So.
And then here comes that exact thing where Who walks in on Drake and he says, "Hey, let's kill Queen. Let's kill Queen, the guy I have a feud with, apparently."
You might call him a killer queen.
Oh, queen killer. Yes. Slay.
Slay queen.
Yeah.
You might say
slay queen. So Drake says, no, I don't want to do that, even though he was sort of suggesting Hawkins do that. Hawkins is just being quiet. I don't know what the fuck is up with Who's Who, because later in this very chapter... he's, like, with Queen. I don't know who he's trying to fuck with.
Let's get back to that when we get there. Yeah, let's discuss that at that next point. Because, I mean, in between, we just see, the samurai forces clashing with, like, the numbers and the random guys. We just, get a bit of fighting continues to go on.
And the big men, the number, the idea that, Zoro cuts a thing. Whoa, look at that, how he cuts that thing. Strong. And then that thing falls down, and then, Jinbei catches that thing with his baseball glove hand.
His hand strengthened by years of turning a wheel left and right. My God, only he would have the power to hold up this thing. Impressive.
Yeah. Those fish really know how to drive cars for some reason.
They sure do, ironically. Maybe driving boats? I mean, they don't got cars, they got boats. And so a fish would have a connection? I don't know. But, and then, of course, you get this little monologue about how these guys, they're really big. They're
similar to oars.
Bigger than giants, I think. And there's the comparison. These guys are similar to oars, at least looking. And if this was like when we fought oars in Thriller Bark years ago, it would take all our effort to take down one of them. But now... we could do it on our own, baby. We've powered up.
Yeah, it's cool, and I think we were talking about that last time, how it's similar to oars. They were mentioning oars before. Also, Gear 4 Luffy does look like Ghost Luffy with all of the ghosts in him, with the big
that's called
Popeye arms.
Nightmare Luffy. Nightmare
Yes.
Luffy. But yeah, he does look pretty similar kind of thing.
So he's gonna do
Nightmare
whole
Luffy
big...
was so cool.
I like Robin. Put there because
I was just
remember
saying, Nightmare Luffy is the coolest fucking thing that ever happened in One Piece because it's using like the It would be like, I don't know. It's like how the whole world of Big Mom's world, all of Whole Cake Island, was like powered by her very powerful special devil fruit, and like all of Thriller Bark was like tuned around Moria's devil fruit, and the way that they defeated Oars was directly related to like using a situational power of the devil fruit in interesting ways. And in this arc, we've got animals, we've got dinosaurs. Okay,
it's a petting zoo. You just got to pet them really hard.
Really hard. Anyway, I'm sorry, I was interrupting.
No, I was just gonna say I remember what was it called when Robin refused to be part of like the
the docking.
The docking. It's like that
legendary moments.
If only we could have done that back then, we would have instantly
That would
won.
have defeated him instantly. Yeah. Good times.
All
well,
right.
anyway,
yeah.
I mean, I don't
Luffy
know. I don't
jumps
know if
up to do an attack, and then we cut back to Drake. Are you gonna say something?
Oh, well, I was just going to say, like, Hyuguro's doing this thing where I mean, like you said, he's like, oh, that form looks like the Wisdom King, Myo-O. Because it's a shonen, it makes my almonds activate, and I'm like, is this going to be important in some way? Is Luffy's form the destined chosen form of the god who will save all of One Piece world? Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just a cool connection that the way Luffy happens to look.
Nah, it turns out that the Buddha had the gum gum fruit the first time.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
He invented being rubber, and Luffy's copying him.
I love that.
What if it literally was that? That would be kind of strange and annoying if, like, the coolest guy ever just also happened to have the gum gum fruit.
See, I only mentioned this point in any like way to highlight it, in that I hope Oda isn't doing the thing that always annoys me when like the main character turns out to just be the chosen one. Even like he didn't get any special powers here. Gear Fourth has been explained. I get it. I like Gear Fourth, but it's like, oh, he happens to look just like our chosen one of destiny, and I'm like, okay. I mean, that just doesn't do anything for me. I don't know. It seems like a lot of Japanese stories, a lot of people do this hack writing thing that I really hate, of coincidentally with our characters gaining powers and like having the satisfying growth and accomplishments and doing all the cool stuff, they also happen to be the chosen one. And I just hate that shit. I just
it's
do
like
not
poetry.
like it.
They rhyme.
Oh boy, because I mean, I've talked about it before, but like it's so easy for an author to slip that in addition to like all the cool ways that they actually earn something, like Luffy's victory over Katakuri, just like slipping someone in the narrative. Like one of Big Mom's crew was just Prophecy Man with the prophecy fruit, who predicted that the strength of will of the chosen one would overcome the right hand of Big Mom. Ooh, so meaningful. It doesn't mean anything. It's just there to do stuff. So whatever. You've all heard my spiel on this before. Yeah. And I don't think this is particularly a big deal. It seems
no.
small enough. Yeah.
It's
just that we already know that Luffy looks like Buddha. You don't need to fuck it. All right. Okay. That's all right. That's it.
Zipping on back to Drake now, who's been he's bleeding. Oh, what's going on? Queen is there, and they are revealing that at the Flower Capital, they know that he was the one who let Trafalgar Law escape, and I don't know whether that had been revealed prior to this, but
it had not been revealed, but we had theorized it with some degree of certainty. Yep.
And so
it makes sense. We knew he was a traitor working for the Marines. All that good stuff.
So he's letting Trafalgar Law escape, and they found out, and it seems like Who's Who, Hawkins, and Queen are all, against Drake on this.
Yep.
I really do wonder though, like, because Who's talking about like, let's go kill Queen, and then he's with Queen in the next scene. What is the point of him having a feud with Queen if not that he is pretending in this moment to be on Queen's side?
Well, I think that's... I mean, that's possible. I mean, I just think it's as it looks. Who's Who just said, like, hey, Hawkins. Who's Who, like, knows that this guy's a traitor, that he's done this bad stuff or whatever. He's like, I'm just gonna, pull Hawkins into a place where he's caught by surprise, where I've got Queen there who's really strong, and we can just double team him and take him down. Because we know he's a traitor already. We just gotta take him down. Which makes you wonder why it took this long to capture him. Like, why was this the opportune moment? As opposed to, I don't know, a couple hours ago. Maybe they just found this out.
Yeah, that is I hadn't thought of that. Why had they waited until all of this was happening?
That happened weeks ago, I think, that they freed Law and all that. So, and they said someone was watching. Did that person not report for a long time? Did they say, okay, because we now see that there's a raid going on, now's the time to capture any rogue elements like we already know Drake is, so we'll just take care of that now. That's understandable, I guess. I don't know.
I really want to know what's up with Who's Who. You can't introduce him wanting to kill Queen specifically, and then never have it mean anything. So
I think that's just playing off the whole in that moment, Who's Who used Drake's expectation.
Not even in that moment.
That the crew
there was
fights
earlier
with
points where he was like, we get to take on me, the Flying Six can take on the Queen, and he wants to specifically. He mentioned earlier that he hates Queen.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to his crew or something.
I forgot that, but I believe you if you say so. I don't know. I mean, it could be something a little deeper. It could theoretically just be in this particular scene. He's just like using that just to lure Drake here to fuck with him. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure how much I expect more to come of that, but maybe.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if Hawkins and or Who's Who are like trying to further their position so that they can backstab Kaido's members, having a scapegoat in teaming up to fight Drake, a real traitor, could be good for them, and they would do it like that.
That's true.
But yeah, I have no idea. It's hard to tell.
Well, in any case, Drake's things are looking rough. He thinks to himself, well, it's it. I can't lie anymore. I am a traitor here. I'm a fucking covert spy. I'm all fucked with. But he doesn't reveal that he is a Marine or anything. He deliberately keeps that information secret. And Queen, and nobody knows that, except Kobe and the other sword members or whatever. And so Queen's just well, I'm just gonna torture you because that's what I do, and it's gonna be epic. But then there is an explosion, and I don't think I know where it came from. Do you have any thought? Is this just a random battle explosion that happened to save Drake? Is that what happened here?
I at first I thought that. I think it's a bit because there's no lead in to because nobody's shooting cannons or anything. Right. I think it's Drake instantly using a powerful transformation power because he's a dinosaur just there, which blows open the wall. It looks like an explosion, but I think it's just supposed to be like a smash through the wall.
The anime would be useful to clarify this point.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a last ditch effort to just get the fuck out of there, and he falls down. He sees the number.
Yep.
And he does the big Excalibur onto his head at the same time that Luffy does the Kong gun on the other one. And then in the air says to Luffy, "Please, can I join your crew?"
That's it. That's what he does. And Luffy is surprised. And that's where this particular chapter ends. Oh, well, you get a little bit at the bottom of his thought process where he's like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? I'm all alone now. I need someone to ally with. And he just thinks of, because he knows Kobe. Kobe's also in Sword or whatever. Kobe told me that Luffy's a reliable ally. I'll go to him. So I can see why he would maybe think to do this. And yeah. All right. So boom, we got Hawkins trying to join. We'll see how that goes next chapter. And he took out one of the numbers pretty easily, so looks like he's a pretty strong lad.
Although we find out in the next chapter. I guess we can just move over.
Let's go straight to it. 991, baby. Please 991. Let us die.
Let me just... One quick brief mention of the cover page. And there is Poundy Pussy with... I say that so often that I keep thinking that it's actually his real name. With his two daughters that hugged for the first time. Since birth, he has not touched or, cradled his daughters, and now he can.
Yep, that's nice. Okay, arc's over. Wrap it up, Oda. Let's move it along. It's been 35 chapters of this, And someone did the math. I was looking at the comments. It started in July 2019 is when it started. So it's been more than a year of this particular arc. And it hasn't been all bad, but I'm ready for something new. I'm very ready.
How did this in this it's including when Beiji was looking around in Dressrosa.
Right.
Okay.
Which was fine, I guess. It wasn't terrible. 35 chapters.
So
Jesus Christ.
Sort of a two-step cover arc, but yeah, it's quite a long one.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. But the numbers at some point in this chapter are revealed to have been drunk and therefore presumably less powerful.
That's true. Yep. That's the little line they give to excuse why Luffy and Drake were able to beat them, relatively easily, and why they're going to get a power-up now that they're sobered up. So now the real fight will begin with them. So,
yes.
Okay, cool. Very shonen-y way to do it, but as one would expect.
Yes. So, the beginning of the chapter, Drake, one of the Flying Six, he's the guy who rampaged through the Flower Capital recently. Some random person screams. Do we know what this event is in reference to? Have we seen it happen? Because I can't remember like a rampage through the Flower Capital.
I'm pretty sure that's referring to when they were fighting Sanji briefly that one time. And I think he did some fighting there.
That was more page 1 did that.
It was mostly page 1, that's true.
Because I feel like this might be referencing something that we haven't necessarily seen, but we've heard inferences about. Like, he let Trafalgar Law out. At the same time, I think the prison of all the samurai were let out. Probably not by him. I think it was Kyoshiro who did that, and he brought them with him.
Yeah.
So, like, Kyoshiro and Drake perhaps cross paths, and he was seen rampaging through the Flower Capital.
Well, I mean,
I don't really know whether that's what this references, because these guards probably wouldn't have seen that. So I don't know what they're talking about exactly.
It must have been like a while ago. I mean, I think it lines up with. I haven't gone back to read like the Sanji fight again. I mean, I'm not even sure how much he fought Drake. I think they're just referencing that. I just don't think there's that much depth to this particular line. Because I mean, what would he have rampaged through the fucking capital if at any point it even slightly jeopardized his fucking cover? Because he was trying to maintain it up to this very moment. So I don't know. I just don't think it's that. There's that much going on with it.
Okay, so nothing really.
That's my guess anyway.
But he took out one of the numbers, and they're like, "Huh? Why would you do that?" Then we get a bit of a flashback to him talking to Kobe.
Yep.
Expanding on the whole Luffy's cool. It's like, oh, okay, I'll be friends with him as a last resort. And his goals align with Luffy's. He doesn't want to say exactly what his goals are, and he keeps saying he has a job to do, but he doesn't. Yeah. It's not like, in his head, I have a job to do. I can't go back to the Marines yet. What do you think that job could be? Could it just be as simple as killing Kaido?
I mean, I do think it could be as simple as that, because he really is just, I mean, now that we learned the fairly big bombshell. I mean, the first thing we knew about him, they call him like a former Commodore, like at Shabmodi or whatever. Now he's become a pirate, and we've now learned recently that he actually was a pirate the entire time. He actually was a Marine the entire time, like posing as a pirate to do various things. And taking down Kaido certainly seems like it's a sufficient goal. He probably just wants to, in general, obliterate piracy, and taking down one of the Yonko is certainly a good way to do that. So at this moment, taking down Kaido would be useful. But then again, maybe his eyes are on a bigger prize. And I mean, this guy is a spy with like secret intentions and stuff. Maybe his like the point of being here is actually something like, okay, killing Kaido, that would be helpful. But really what he wants is like Kaido's Rio poneglyph, or not the Rio, but one of the road poneglyphs that Kaido does have here, so that like the Marines can get to fucking Raftel and find One Piece and do all that stuff. Who knows?
That'd be interesting.
There's important stuff here. So
it
could be deeper than
how
just
many
Kaido.
poneglyphs Kaido has?
I don't know about poneglyphs, but I'm sure that he has one road poneglyph here. I guess he could have two, but I don't think so.
There's the one Big Mom had. There's the one in Zou.
Yep.
And the Straw Hats.
And then there's one we don't know. Yeah. It's been stated that one is here. Kaido does have one of the roads.
Okay, so Kaido has the third one. Where would the fourth one? Do we know where the fourth one would be?
We got no idea. No idea so far.
Probably on Elbaf. Probably
Elbaf. Yeah. That's my guess.
All right. So yeah, if Drake is going for the poneglyph, that would be a good like a little thing that he can be doing, and one of the Straw Hats would be with him or something, and they could have that poneglyph like rubbed, whatever they did, the rubbing. Yeah. And they put it inside Brook's skull with the others.
It's certainly possible. I mean, and let's not forget, Wano has tons of like world secrets. Oh, remember this, like this guy's a Marine here. The Marines have no presence in Wano, unlike other places, and this place has tons of secrets. The poneglyphs were made here during the Void Century, so there's all kinds of stuff that the world government would love to get its hands on here, probably in like the deep lore of Wano. So could be any and all of these things. I'm excited to find out, but it also could just be kill Kaido. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
We're not all Nico Robin out here looking for the deep lore.
I think just because his intentions are made vague over and over again, that it's probably not just kill Kaido. Because without this invasion that he had no idea was going to happen, what would he have done to that end?
Who knows? Covertly fucking undermine the crew, or maybe just try to sneak in to get access to the location with like the poneglyph or something and get the etching.
He needs to get like the key to the back door and then throw the key.
Yeah, maybe. If he became an all-star, maybe he'd like have access, and he's pretty close. Yeah, who knows?
Anyway,
in any case,
Zoro,
they don't trust this man.
Yeah, Zoro, Frankie, and Jinbei are all like, "This is stupid. This is a fucking asshole enemy. We cannot let him be friends instantly with no like vetting process." And of
understandable concerns, yeah.
And of course, Luffy is like, "Nah, it's fine. He said he's a good guy."
Yep, classic line, classic Luffy. I'm convinced.
Do you ever think like how much of that is intuition versus like naivety?
Well, here's my question. When has there ever been in the history of One Piece a character who said they wanted to ally with Luffy that Luffy turned down, showing that there is any level of differentiation? I'm trying to think, and I can't think of any times that that's happened. So that, in my mind, that would make me think that it's just him being stupid and not really, that he's so smart or anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if it's intuition, there would need to be no times in which he has said yes to someone and then got like backstabbed.
Yeah.
And I think that's happened.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
Nothing comes to mind immediately. I'm trying to think of one. Yeah.
Well, the guys in Water 7, the Sheepy 9, like he doesn't like not trust them at all. It all
that's true.
Comes out of nowhere, but like I don't know whether that's the same thing.
How about this one? How about this for a counterexample? Whiskey Peak, when Luffy fought Zoro in defense of these assassins that were actively trying to murder him. That, I would argue, shows a lack of intuition. And that was the entire town had murderous intent on the crew.
Yeah.
So I put the card in. Put one tally for stupid as opposed to intuition on the board. Made him even fight fucking Zoro. But I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that like the case would be made that like it's that Luffy is such an open heart that like sure he could get burned, but in general that kind of openness like it gives him opportunities that other people wouldn't have, even if sometimes he gets burned for it. So there's a positive aspect, of course, to that.
It's the shonen protagonist stupid friendliness that draws everyone to them.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, then we get, I think, yes, this is the pairing off of potential fights. There's been a lot of like pairing off.
I've been waiting for it.
Now this might actually be the first one where Ulti and Pei are charging at Luffy, saying "Fuck you, Luffy, we're gonna kill you," and then
best comedy duo, Pei and Ulti, best characters, best beast pirates.
Yeah, and then Usopp, hiding behind Nami, shoots Pei in the face with a big scary thing.
I love her fucking reaction. She always says, "Oh my gosh, Pepe!" every fucking time this guy gets fucking obliterated. I don't know. It's just funny.
She cares about him so much, and she will beat the shit out of him all the time.
Yep.
It's great. It's the great, funny relationship that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I also love this panel where it's like focusing in on Nami, and like you can sort of hear, if you think about it, like Usopp doing a high-pitched voice as Nami has no idea what's going on.
My name is Nami. My expertise is killing dinosaurs specifically, and I'm gonna kill you too, you motherfuckers. Based.
Yeah. So,
but actually, it's Usopp hiding behind her. Oh, that's good. That made me laugh. I like that a lot.
And so Usopp and Nami are seemingly going to be fighting Ulti and Pepe. Don't know how that's going to turn out, because they are very strong.
God, let them actually get a fucking fight. Yes, I've been waiting for it. Please, God, please. A real fight where they get hurt, and there are stakes, and they actually get pushed and have to use, like, cool techniques. I'm begging you, Oda, please!
These two in particular are we're not actually physically strong enough, so we have to use special techniques.
Two of the members of the coward trio. Yeah, please, God,
and
please.
These other two are like meatheads in comparison. Yeah. They are just dinosaurs.
Oh, it could be hilarious. I want the jokes. I want the japes.
Yeah, this is going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to seeing this play out.
Yeah. I'm just going to be so fucking pissed if Oda cucks me on this fight. We haven't had a real fucking fight in One Piece. I mean, Katakuri was the last real fight. And you know what I mean by a real shonen fight. All your early shonen fights where you pair people off, they get to use all their techniques, they get to exercise stuff, they get, like, they almost die, and they do a come-from-behind victory. That's the shit we need. Yes, please, God, give it to them. I mean, there hasn't been a fight like this. I mean, I would love to see, like, remember Miss Merry Christmas or Miss Groundhog's Day and Mr. 4 versus Chopper and Usopp? I want one like that, please. Please, God.
This has got to be the time. This has got to be it.
That's why I'm saying I'm so scared he's going to cut me again. But, okay, but it is.
Well,
it is
I think,
endgame of
I think
Wano,
it's definitely, like, setting up all of that stuff now. Once the chaos has been established, once the entrances have been made, and everybody's just milling around, fighting, attacking, just being in various places, and there is a goal. Kaido is at the top, Luffy is running to the top, and everybody has to say, Luffy, go on ahead, I'll deal with this guy. This is going to be this for, a few chapters, I think. And then we're going to get fucking combat. Hopefully, I feel like at the very bare minimum, we're going to get the Straw Hats, if they are paired off in combat, are going to have their own fights. This one with Nami and Usopp, it's got to be. It's just got to be. There's no way.
Please. You know what I would love? I mean, it'd be weird, but like a Chopper versus Queen fight of like Doctor versus like biological terrorist. Have like Frankie there too or something. Both of those, like, I know Queen's really strong, but he's like a technical kind of guy. We haven't seen like how strong he really is physically, other than, head bombing Big Mom that one time. Maybe give her like 3 or 4 Straw Hats, but have Chopper be one of them, so Chopper can get his crazy Zoan, rumble ball moment against a really smart person like Queen. Science man, please.
Yeah.
Please,
I think that aspect of Queen, especially because when people were poisoned before, Chopper was there to heal them.
And he managed such a great, like, emotional thing for Chopper. Like, I hate you specifically, Queen, that you use, like, doctor powers for evil. That could be good. That could be really good.
Chopper and Who's Who team up to kill Queen.
Oh, yeah, right. Hey, maybe.
The only thing I don't want is for Chopper to just be, like, the healer, just sitting back and making sure that everybody doesn't die from the poison and not actually doing the battling.
Chopper used to fight, man. Remember that? Remember when they punched each other and they, that was cool. I don't fucking know. All right, whatever. Anyway, hopefully, all these things happen and we get good classic fights.
We're not being a downer yet. We're just hopeful. We're being hopeful right now.
Indeed. Cautiously optimistic. But Luffy's running along, doing his thing, as you said, and all of a sudden, Solaisu! Here comes the fucking rap man, rapping once again, Apu. But luckily, our characters have learned.
The rapper.
they've learned to cover their ears, so they have, in fact, figured some shit out about how to deal with this guy, which is nice. But I mean, hey, as we said before, he got big punched by fucking kid before, but he's back up. He's a strong boy. Cool. We're gonna see him do some more stuff. Excellent. Keep it up. Keep it up, Apu. I want to see more cool fights.
So
him versus Sanji,
he's got a bounty reveal, 350 million. Don't think we'd seen that before.
I don't think so.
Since his introduction, I guess.
Yeah,
and he's talking about the numbers and how they can destroy entire towns real easily, and to think you guys were beaten to a pulp because you were wasted from the feast.
Ah, yeah, there it is. Thanks for the exposition, Apu. But there it is. There it is.
Then,
so will they be strong? Oh, there's Hacha, who was previously beat the fuck up, but is back on his feet. And there he is. And now here we get a very interesting line of dialogue. What happens when an ancient giant seriously goes on a rampage? I'll show that to you. So, okay, at this point, it now looks like it seems to be confirmed by Apu in dialogue that, like, oh no, these guys are in fact ancient giants like Oars, or Oz, or whatever, however it's pronounced. So, okay. I think the implication now is that all the numbers are giant monsters because they are ancient giants. This is my best guess. You know, it could be updated, I guess, but that seems to be how it is. Where did they come from? I mean, I guess Oars Jr. was an ancient giant who was, alive. He wasn't like a revived corpse like
he was a real boy.
Yeah, so they're out there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I really wonder about their race. Like, are all of them as strong as Oars, or was Oars a particularly strong one, and then his son was like also a particularly strong and big one? Or are they all the same height and size and strength? I'm not sure.
I don't know. We need like size comparisons, and
also
I think they're not nearly as big as Oars, but I could be wrong.
What do you think about the possibility of Kaido being like a half-breed ancient giant?
Yeah, we haven't talked about that theory in a while. There was the whole thing of Whitebeard was called the strongest man. Big Mom was called like the strongest woman, and Kaido was called like the strongest creature or whatever. So, does that mean he was actually a dragon? We can't help but notice he has horns even when in his normal form. Is he an ancient giant? Is he related to them? Is there a connection here? Does he just wear them for fun, like the rest of his crew does? It could be any direction with these.
Could
possibly.
Be. I feel those horns are probably real, but what that means as to his race, I'm not sure.
Oh, and the other point to on that discussion is it a coincidence that his horn shape is just like Oars? Like, the horns have a very particular shape to them, and it is the same as Oars. And he has ancient giants on his crew. So the connection is deepening here. So not that all of them have that exact same horn style, but Kaido does. So does this mean there's a connection? I think we will find out in time. Who knows?
Which I remember Moria being like an enemy of Kaido, right?
Moria had his crew famously obliterated by Kaido, and that's why he became who he is today.
Do you think? Oh, here's a funny theory. How about the reason Kaido beat the shit out of Moria was because Moria was desecrating the corpse of an ancient giant and it was like, hey, that's my guy, that's my people. You can't go fucking making zombies like that.
And another possible way that could have gone is just maybe Kaido, with his crew of ancient giants, obliterated Moria so devastatingly hard with them that he decided, well, shit, I gotta get some of these guys on my crew, which led to him pursuing Oars. It could be either way.
Yeah.
That's an interesting connection, now that I think about it, that Moria had that connection to Kaido, who obliterated his crew, and happened his trump card was an ancient giant itself. How curious. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out more.
Yeah. So, Apu and Hacha here. I think, Hacha seems to find Frankie to be like a shiny toy, and he loves that toy. That's a fun toy. And Jinbei says, "Oh, you better get the fuck out of here, Frankie. Do a one-on-one with Hacha over there."
Yeah.
And so off they go. So that's going to be fun. Frankie
Hopefully.
versus one of the giants.
Yeah, cool. I hope
One
we
of
see
the
some of that.
sober
and it's cool.
giants.
Yeah, so now it's like the non-depowered ones, I guess. He's actually going to be serious. So, okay. And these guys, they heal really fast. I mean, that guy got knocked down before by Luffy, as I recall. He's back on his feet, so I don't know. They're pretty fucking resilient, I guess.
Yeah, so then we've got Zoro fighting Drake to see, fighting and conversing about, like, are you a reliable person? Can we trust you?
Right.
And then Apu is jumping around, laughing and making noise. And so they tell him to shut the fuck up. And I think this might be a Drake versus Apu fight. I'm really wondering where Kid is right now. What happened to him?
I don't think we've seen him since he punched Apu a while ago, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he should be around, so maybe he got knocked
He's around
out.
fighting, I guess. Mm-hmm.
I think if there's a Drake and Apu fight, Kid will appear in the middle of it, and then it'll be
That'd be
a trio way.
But it's, I mean, having two supernovas against one, that'll just be like a beatdown, I would think, because these guys are obviously very strong. Yeah, that wouldn't make for like a balanced, satisfying fight, unless
unless Kid is also against Drake, because Drake is with Kaido and Kid doesn't believe him that he's like with the Straw Hats.
That's possible too.
They could all defeat each other.
I guess we'll see. We just don't know. We just don't know.
Oh wait, no, they get interrupted by Queen with his poisonous minigun, which looks great.
Yeah, looks poisonous anyway. So something's up with the bullets, clearly, presumably poison. So
he shoots a bunch of bullets, and then there's like some random guys like, oh, it hurts. Oh, what the fuck? And then it's like Drake is saying, huh? It can't be. These bullets are poison bullets. Probably is what he's gonna say. Plague bullets.
Yep, most likely.
So there's that.
So, I mean, will we get, like, a cool fight with Queen using a fucking minigun? It's very unusual for characters to, like, use guns, but if anyone was going to, Queen's the man for the job. So, I don't know, that'd be pretty cool. Like that, like in Bloodborne, how you have to run through that section to get to the guy Jura using the Gatling gun. That'd be pretty cool.
Dude, like fucking, what if Kid is around and he uses metal bending to get fucked with Queen's weapons?
That would be pretty effective.
It's Queen and Apu versus Kid and Drake. And then Chopper's there. Cool. Chopper jumps in there.
That's not bad already. Maybe they could get hit by the bullets. And I mean, I don't object to Chopper using his doctoring powers, like in the middle of a fight. I just don't want that to be all he does, because that's a little underwhelming.
I want Chopper to, like, invent a battle medic, sort of like TF2 Crusaders crossbow, medicine gun that he can shoot people with, so his doctoring will be more active.
That would be cool. That'd be cool. I don't know if he would use medicine to harm, or maybe just to subdue, like a tranquilizer gun or something. Who knows?
Chopper should definitely take a few, like, lessons from Queen and start being more aggressive with his medicine, even though he completely goes against his whole philosophy.
I was gonna say, get into the biological terrorism game, like Queen is. Sounds like the avenue for Chopper. All right, well, in any case, so after that, we're back on top of Onigashima, and we're seeing Jack tusk cut the fuck off, looking like he's having a bad fucking day. Scratched up eye.
He's so oofed. He oofs onto the ground. He's got his cute little elephant mammoth foot up in the air.
Yep.
Adorable little boy. Fails again.
Yeah.
You can do it. Again. You can do it, Jack. I believe in you. He's like the underdog.
This little speech, though, that Kaido gives, like, he starts with, Kaido says, "That's as far as you'll go. Jack's one of my all-stars. I'm not just going to let you murder one of my boys." And then as Jack is apologizing for this, he says, "It's not that you're weak. They're just strong." So Kaido's really going to bat for his boy, which is kind of sweet.
I really like it.
And I like it.
I'm characterizing Jack in my head as someone who's like, I keep letting Kaido down. I'm so useless. Oh, and Kaido say, "Don't worry, my boy. Don't be depressed. You're valid." And he's like, "Oh,
you're valid." Yeah. I don't think Big Mom would like act this way. I think that Kaido is being more fatherly than like
definitely.
most. Yeah. So that's kind of cute. And he says like, you're one of my hand-picked lads, so maybe that's why I've got to defend really my own ego here because I chose you. But in any case, the wolf or the dog and the cat are looking very Zulonged up, very strong. So good, cool.
Yeah, very
Cool
fluffy.
job. Yep.
There they
Little
are.
mustaches.
Oh yeah, the mustaches are off the charts.
But as you can see, they comment here like, oh, those Zulongs really fucked up a lot of the beast pirates, but a lot of the minks are also getting fucked. So, okay, it's not like the Zulongs are just murdering everybody. It seems like relatively even between these forces, more or less. But Kaido's like, all right, that's it. It's time to fucking kill all you guys. So here I go with a big old blast breath. And then, oh my god, finally,
Yes.
Finally, he says, fucking try and run, you piece of shit. Blasto breath of Kamehameha. Finally, Kinemon, Foxfire style, flame cut. He actually fucking used the fire cutting technique to do something plot relevant. Yes! And it was actually really fucking sick. Kinemon was useful. It all led to something. It mattered in the end that he had this fucking fire style cutting technique. Oh god, yes! And in doing so, we also see a little Kaido gets a little fucked up via the slash again. So they're defending and attacking at the same time.
It was,
oh my god.
Yes. This is the coolest.
I fucking love this.
I'd never even thought about it, and apparently Kinemon also hadn't thought about it. Like, you know what? I guess that's fire. I will attack it with my fire cutting ability.
I think he's saying I never even thought about running away, which is what Kaido is telling him to do.
Right.
I think that's
yeah.
what he's
Prepare
saying,
to
but
run.
no matter.
Never even
Not
thought
that he's
about.
the brightest bulb anyway, so he may have not thought of it. But the fact that Kaido has a big flame blast attack that Kinemon specifically has the ability to deal with is a really cool touch in this fight that I had not thought about, and I'm fucking stoked to see it.
It's such a cool moment. Kinemon redeemed. Not that he was unredeemed at all, but like this was so cool.
Yeah, I really like this shit. And Kaido is like, oh fuck these motherfuckers. He's not too pleased with these samurai fucks.
And it
sort of the end of the chapter.
It sort of gets rid of Kaido's like nuclear option in a way that, you know, he could just fly far away and then blast them, but now he knows he can't do that, and so he has to be close and attack them with his chompers.
Kinemon has become really a vital player in this fight. That, man, remember when we first learned about this shit all the way back, like randomly when Slimy exploded into a giant fucking fireball, and Kinemon says like, I have the ability to cut fire, way back in fucking Punk Hazard, and Zoro himself was like, that's fucking interesting. It was interesting, and it hasn't done like anything until this chapter, like fucking 10 years later, but here we are. And it paid off, and it was fucking awesome. Radical. Really fucking radical. I like this line. I mean, the samurai are just fucking going off. We are tired of running. We're not fucking running. Don't make us laugh. We are Odin's samurai. Let us die while bringing you down with us. They are all in on this shit, and it's fucking cool.
Shit is getting real.
It is. I mean, these are. I guess this is the launching of the attack of the fucking what are they called, the red scabbards. Off they go doing their shit. All right, so next chapter is chapter 922. What's the title of this one? Where the fuck is it?
The 922, the title is Remnants.
Remnants. Ooh, how interesting. And we have no cover page, but fucking Luffy and Odin were like, oh no, you're not Odin, you are fucking Yamato. Different human being, possibly human being, possibly something else. But
she does have the horns.
Oh, she's also human kin. Both Odin kin and human kin, because you're a fucking giant or something, maybe.
Like a
but there they are.
Twice removed ancient giant race.
Something like that.
One quarter or something.
I like that. She's got fucking like white hair with little green tips. I mean, Oda always does weird stuff with hair colors. But Yamato looks cool.
I like that. Yeah, it's not like a garish, like, oh, you thought it was a dark hair color, actually it's pink. Like, it's not. It's cool.
It's nice. Did you see that, like, in there were some color pages or something somewhere of who's who like the guy with like the weird cat crew and the big helmet. His helmet is fucking like bright red. It's not like black and classy. It's fucking beet red. God, it looks terrible, Oda. What is wrong with you? Your color choices. Jesus Christ. I think he just like throws a fucking dart at a board, and whatever color he hits, he just goes with it. Do better. Do better. All right. Anyway, and of course we've got like a no cover page, no thrilling continuation of the story of Poundy Pussy and his two lovely daughters. We've got a little color spread of everyone having bento boxes and ramen and
look,
having a nice time.
There's a Jinbei on
Jinbei
them.
is there. Jinbei is actually here. So okay,
Is this
the whole crew's together.
Is this the first one with Jinbei on it?
There might have been. I think this is the first, and I mean, notably, they've all kind of got their like classic outfits, including Jinbei with like his orange, fucking kimono on or whatever.
Yeah.
They're all looking normal and happy, and this is the first one that I've seen have been like, this is the Straw Hat crew, including Jinbei. There he is, doing his thing.
Is that the sea train? That's cool.
Oh my God, they are riding a sea train. Yeah, I guess it is.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, into the chapter.
Chapter start. Mm-hmm.
So Prospero, as we had thought, he's trying to say, Big Mom, do not join the crew, and Big Mom says, no, I'm doing it, you stupid son of mine, you shitty brat. I'm in charge. You're grounded.
I like this of Big Mom being like, or Prospero saying like, Big Mom, we dream of you becoming the Pirate King. And she's just like, yeah, I know, but just trust me, you little motherfucker. And so Prospero's like, okay.
Yeah. I wonder what that means, though. Does she, like, have a plan to betray Kaido at some point so that she can become the Pirate Queen?
Well, she is saying, trust me, in response to this. This does seem to imply she does fully intend to become Pirate King or whatever.
Yeah.
Just, she's got a path and using Kaido along the way. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's part of the plan.
Yeah. And we see from Marco here that Prospero and Marco had teamed up when they talked earlier to kill Kaido or to defeat or whatever. And then Prospero's like, I'm sorry, my mom says I can't.
Yep, that's how it is. But Marco takes it well, like a champ. And they're trying to mock him, like, oh, you're just a fucking Whitebeard remnant piece of shit. Fuck you, dude. But Marco gives a big smile and is like, no, we're not bound by any will of Whitebeard. We choose our own path because our dad's dead. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's feeling like a Rayleigh sort of character already.
Yeah,
it's just like, I'm just really strong and cool. I just do what I like, and I want to help these guys.
We didn't see much of it, and I was kind of hoping to see a little bit more. But like, I like seeing these like first mate type characters interacting. Fucking Whitebeard's first mate was Marco here, talking to Prospero, who is clearly like the bigger thinker between him and Big Mom, like the man with like the fucking action plan and whatnot to get shit rolling. I don't know, seeing these two like team up even briefly, Candyman and fucking Phoenix motherfucker. I don't know. It's just nice. I'd like to see him hang out with Ben Beckman and who's fucking Blackbeard's number 2.
I don't think
is it Shiryu? Maybe he doesn't have one exactly.
He's always been shown with his crew, but no one is like the second in command, as far as I can tell.
Those big boys.
It's just like a bunch of guys. I'm
gonna give it to Shiryu. Shiryu looks like Zoro. He's also a sword guy. I'm calling it. There it is. All right. Anyway, we're just back to the Straw Hats. They're Carrot, future Straw Hat Carrot on screen. There she is, boys and girls, confirming her place in the crew. Great.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing with like Carrot.
Carrot bros, your time is fucking over. It's time to cash in your chips. There's no way Carrot's also joining the crew.
It's always been like she hasn't done enough really to warrant it yet. She hasn't been in the forefront enough. But now, she has a chance to do something. She sees Pedro's murderer, a.k.a. Prospero.
Yeah.
And so she
is going to 1v1 fucking Prospero with Wanda? Like, okay, 2v1, I guess. But that could be interesting. I want to see Prospero do more stuff. I like him on screen. He's a cool boy.
Yeah, and it's interesting, obviously, because she has not been Sulong yet. So she will get her Sulong when she goes outside in the full moon.
True.
So,
It's hard to believe she could beat Prospero, but, I mean, fucking, Pedro did some serious damage by nuking himself, so maybe Carrot could too.
Yeah.
And he didn't even go too long, now that I think about it, so, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and it's as much as I am not, like, I'm ambivalent, I'm, like, agnostic to Carrot joining the crew. I don't really give a shit one way or the other.
I'm a denier.
As long as she does something that is worth it, and, this is a step in some sort of direction towards that, where she has a goal that is not being in the background. It is being...
You're giving them way too much hope, Gib. These people need to be crushed, and honestly, it's for their own benefit. We have to spare them. Hope is a scary, painful thing when it's used in the wrong way, and this is just false hope. Carrot Bros, it's over. It's over. I would give you all my life.
All right.
Big Mom would suck out my whole life. I'm willing to bet it all, like Gene Bay spinning that fucking wheel. Take it all if I'm wrong about this. It's over.
Fine. But, I mean, sure. I just, say that to be like, I'm glad that for once she has a goal.
Right. I agree. That's perfect. I prefer characters to have goals and be at least a little interesting than to not do that at all. So, yeah, that's good.
All right. So then we get Queen Maria. What was her full title?
Black Maria. Maria. First of all, you've got Yamato continuing to chase the creeped out Shinobu and Momonosuke. I'm your father, Momonosuke. Please come back. Let me give birth to you through my boy pussy again. As happened, years ago.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes.
Maria she's singing a little song. She's playing a shamisen or whatever the instrument is called.
Yeah, you got it. Shamisen, yeah.
But I can't help but wonder what that sounds like, because that is a huge instrument. That is like an octuple bass shamisen. The strings are right. So big, so long, that it would be like rumbling.
Yeah.
It would sound terrible.
A bass fucking shamisen. Fascinating. Yeah, and okay, this is cool. Like, we're seeing another pairing up thing. Maybe like a pairing up is going on where like Shinobu and maybe Momonosuke and like Yamato will get a fight against Black Maria. That she's out here. I don't know what she's doing here exactly.
No, she's
Isn't
just
there
chilling.
more important things to do?
She's just chilling at the top. She doesn't care about fighting right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Although she's playing a music, so maybe it's a Brook fight. Maybe Brook will come up there and join in. They'll have a little duet.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, we have to kind of learn what her powers are. Maybe Black Maria will have like a cool like music devil fruit or something that would be more interesting than just another dinosaur. Or maybe she'll be another dinosaur. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
What? Hang on. No, yeah. She's a flying six. There's no way. I was thinking like that she's got the horns as well, and she's big. It's like, could she also be similar race to whatever Kaido is?
It's possible. I mean, you never know. These people exist out there. Kaido exists, so yeah maybe. I don't know. She looks a lot like Yamato, kind of.
Yeah.
So maybe they're related.
Maybe a mother-daughter or something. But then she's a flying six and not in the main crew, so I feel like that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah. Who fucking knows? But hey, as she's playing her shamisen, everybody's cheering. I bet this is going to look really cool in the anime. We get a very Kino double spread of the fucking red scabbards charging against Big Dragon Kaido. I mean, this looks fucking awesome. Yes. People were talking about how cool this looks. This is absolutely rad.
This is incredible. This is like a real action scene fight moment.
So much dynamic movement in Kaido's panel. I really like Kaido's like rushing opposite them. Yeah, it looks fucking awesome. That's all there is to say.
Yeah, and then They start their attack.
Yeah, here it goes.
The Red Scabbard, and they get a lot of good hits in. We get Nekomamushi with his spinning cat, Dance of the Red Cat slice.
Dance of the Lasagna, I Hate Mondays attack. There he goes. All his rage at Mondays gets challenged into one big slap.
Monday fist. Then we get Yamamoto with his Kappa-style double disc.
Wait, it's Yama. It's not Yamamoto.
Oh, Kawamatsu.
Kawamatsu, yeah. same thing.
Yeah, he slices. Looks like the slices go through Kaido's entire head, but they don't. They
looks like
obviously just slice his cheek, and it hurts. Ouch.
Yep. Ouch.
Side of his lip.
And the characters are noticing. The Beast Parts are like, did he hurt Master Kaido? What? How?
Yeah, and then Kawamatsu gets punted away, but then Arashi with his leg sword, which was introduced, and he stabs him right in there. That's a real big, deep cut.
Scarecrow Hound attack. Cool.
And then
just saying attack names for a while, but it's really cool.
It is really cool. You should, guys, read One Piece. It's a really good manga. I recommend it. Izo with, I think, chakram bullets, special samurai slice bullets.
Okay, Izo. All right, whatever.
You gotta be unique in some way. She's got a gun.
Is there a... Well, help me out here. So we see lingering snow sickles. That's obviously Kiku's slash attack, and then chakram bullets. Is Izo imbuing hockey into the bullets?
I would imagine it's something like that. It's some sort of or the bullets just look like chakrams, like a tiny little shuriken. Pew.
We already know you can put hockey in bullets, so I would presume that's what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kaido's like, I can't believe they are owning me so hard.
Yeah, yep. It's pretty sick.
And then this is the coolest. Kaido does another blast breath. Yep. He's like, fucking, I'll blow you up. Raizo uses his ninja scroll to roll up the blast, and he then unfurls the scroll around Kaido and reverses it.
Oh yeah, this was fucking awesome. I happen to think, this isn't confirmed, I happen to think this reveals that Raizo has the scroll devil fruit. Unconfirmed. Maybe it's just a ninja technique. The fact that he says roll makes me think that. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, using the blast right back the fuck at him. God, Raizo has been killing it. Every time Raizo does something, he always fucking rocks it. Raizo's fucking radical, and he's hurting the fuck out of Kaido with his own fucking samurai sword blast.
Yeah, it's just
fucking awesome.
It's just endlessly entertaining to see such a stupid character design be cool like this.
Yeah, I love it.
Take that, Naruto.
Kaido, the invincible beast. Yeah, Naruto, he lives, and he's better than ever.
God, that was probably Raizo's most hype moment.
I mean, except for, actually, that was more of the Minx thing when they did that. They didn't admit that he was there, and that involved Raizo. So I'm just mentioning.
Oh yeah,
but this was the coolest
in
thing.
In terms of things he's done in combat, this is the coolest.
Right. Absolutely.
And
then
we get a little flashback to how all of the guys are fighting each other to see who could be the number one Odin boy, which is really cute. And then they mimic his Odin two-sword style, and they're all about to slice.
And I notice all their swords are black with hockey, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then Kaido's like, that's just fake news. That's not really an Odin. But of course, they have the will of Odin in them, and they do the slash right on his wound.
Right on the fucking wound. All four of our two swords owning individuals. Fucking not Kawamatsu. Fucking Ashiradoji, fucking Kinemon, Dog, and God, what's that guy's fucking name?
Kyoshiro.
So many fucking names. Kyoshiro. Yes, thank you. Denjiro Kyoshiro, man. 20 years later, they hit the exact same wound with the exact same technique of. Well, I didn't actually look it up to see. It's probably the exact same move that Odin did, but done by 4 retainers.
Yeah.
So interestingly about this, they hit the same wound with the same technique. They're deliberately doing it. They talk about how all of your retainers each have their own individual fighting style. And they were all battling over who would become your number one disciple to do the two-sword style or whatever. And they've obviously all the ones who could do it with their fighting style have internalized it to some degree. But specifically the line here of Odin saying listen up you guys, Ryo, or what they call armament hockey, is ... And he's like, listen to me. I think what they're doing with that line. And then we see them using it to actually hurt the exact same wound with the same technique. And the fact that earlier in the chapter, Kaido is specifically wondering, how are they able to hurt me? What is going on here? I think Oda is addressing the exact concern that like I had before, and is basically, because I can't think of another way, is basically like clarifying that my theory is correct. Like Odin doesn't say here, but he's saying like Ryo, like this hockey thing, there's something special about it. I think that the full implication here is in fact that like inherited will hockey mixture is happening, and these guys are like literally embodying Odin's power by, you know, living exactly what Odin would have wanted to do and like dedicating their whole life to it and just feeling it real hard. That's the sense I get. Hasn't been 100% confirmed, but it looks like that's what's happening, and they're just spelling it out in clear terms. So Oda I feel satisfied that Oda's not like jerking us around all this talk. I mean, in the first place, it was always a little weird how Odin himself was able to hurt Kaido after like all this buildup and of him being invincible. But maybe invincible was a bit of an exaggeration. He was just really tough. Yeah. And these guys, by, you know, inheriting the will of Odin, like I'm like, okay, Oda is addressing it. It is being put in here. It's hockey stuff, which exists and is well known. They're using the exact same style. Everything is really clicking for me and how this is all going down. And I'm fucking loving watching these red scabbards doing this shit and actually hurting Kaido.
This is quite a lot of wounds, quite a lot of like actual damage done to Kaido.
I think we really expected, or I expected, the fucking scabbards to like do nothing. I'm way happier with how Oda is doing this than how I was envisioning it.
I had a feeling that, I mean, obviously the amount of build-up would be completely ruined if they were unable. Like if it was just like, oh, all of our, you know, we waited 20 years and we trained so hard, we're disciples of Odin, and then they all completely lose, and then it's like Luffy and Zoro like, we'll do it. We're the main characters, and then they do it. That would be terrible. But that's
how it's going to end, of course. I'm sure that's still true. But in the meantime, I mean, this is Kaido. The people to draw first blood against the invincible beast Kaido is the Red Scabbards. And that, with the way the narrative's been going, is more than enough to make me really impressed by like all these dudes. So I'm pretty fucking happy about all this stuff.
It's great. I imagine that this is the pinnacle of the fight between Kaido and the Red Scabbards.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not sure, like, this is like the moment where Kaido is beaten down a bit and he's like, I can't believe it. The will of Odin lives in you.
Yeah.
But I will not give up without a fight. And then, you know, it's sort of, he does something that, like, pauses their fight or, like, destroys the top of Onigashima's.
Yeah.
So, something interrupts the battle so that the other characters from below can be involved in what's going on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is incredible chapter. Loved it. Best one I've ever seen.
Really good. You know, I might go so far as to say, well, this is like very combat heavy, so there's not a lot of big thinking. This might be like the most cathartic chapter of Wano yet.
Very cathartic.
Yeah. Indeed, and validating of just thinking back. Well, I guess that was last chapter, but like seeing Kinemon finally cutting fire in like a plot relevant, meaningful, useful way. Oh, that feels good. And it's like all the years of reading, like that's why we all love Oda, because he does that shit, because he delivers, and it all makes sense. Not every single detail always makes 100% difference, but just the little touches go so far. The fact that Kinemon cut that one fucking fire and just like stood his fucking ground. It was not a pussy and was just being such a badass in the face of Kaido. It feels so good. That's the shit I want to see. And it's really cool. And you know, this reminds me, or it makes me think about how, like, you know, when I was reading Whole Cake and it's Luffy versus Katakuri, you know, there are elements in like new One Piece and NU One Piece where, like, I'm like, okay, like, Devil Fruit Awakening, to my mind, nothing really good has come of Devil Fruit Awakening existing at all. It seems like it's unnecessary and stupid. Crocodile just had it before. It's just called creative usage of Devil Fruits. We don't need this, like, weird Bankai second-level usage. That the existence of it is kind of annoying. Haki is a little bit of the same way. But the fight with Luffy versus Katakuri, like, Katakuri is like the second real antagonist who had Devil Fruit Awakening, and he uses it, but at any point in that fight, was I, like, annoyed? Now that I'm over the fact that it exists, it's a little annoying. The fact that, like, he used it against Luffy, did that make the fight worse in any way? No, it didn't.
No.
It was just like one more obstacle for Luffy to deal with, and Luffy dealt with it, and it was all done really in a satisfying, cool way, and I really liked it. In that same way, now that hockey exists and like all this stuff is there, swords get turned black with power. Like there's some questionable decisions about inserting them into the narrative, whatever. But now that we're past all that, like seeing hockey being used for stuff like this that is like emotionally resonant and actively like adds to the story being told to give like connections and kind of make inherited will, it looks like a mechanic of the story. Now that it's all there, past all the negatives, I really fucking like it, and it's used in a really good way. That's very satisfying. I'm just trying to say all these ways. This is really good. It's really good.
It's a big coom of a chapter. It's all these things coming together. I've always been of the mind that small inconsistencies in like things Oda said before about stuff like Haki and
it's Haki, all right.
It's like. He was figuring it out as he was writing it, and that's not like quote unquote a perfect, well-planned story, but the result is still a really, really fun ride. And I think a lot of these things, they take a little time, at least for certain people like you, to accept. And I'm glad that chapters like this and the previous one exist so that there is that catharsis, and it is like you're not waiting to the absolute very end of One Piece for some of these things to become like actually good. I'm happy. It's so fucking good. I love One Piece.
Me too. And just to give it even more credit, like even this idea of like inherited will, like of how are the retainers like literally using Odin's will? Is that what's going on? Okay, I mean it's literally already been like said before, in this arc, the fact that swords can turn black via usage of Haki, the fact that was put into One Piece is a precedent for this idea of like continuing Haki to exist after someone is gone.
Yes.
So like
a sword permanently
what's the problem?
Is black.
There's no problem.
It has like the will of the sword remembers how cool it used to be in the hands of someone else. Like that's it's nice.
And just make it a little more abstract. It's like, these are the retainers, like the samurai retainers, they dedicate their whole life to serving their lord and all that shit. I mean, a Kino combination, no doubt about it. Really good. It just makes me wonder. Okay, so this is happening now. My prediction for how things are going to go, and maybe my hope as to how it goes from here, is just... Okay, obviously the Scabbards are not going to defeat Kaido. Kaido has only just begun to fight in any kind of serious way.
Yes.
So Kaido will take some damage. He will be wounded from these guys. It will be meaningful. It'll matter. And then, Luffy is going to be on his way to go fight as he's already been trying to do. And we will see, the Straw Hats get pulled off to go fight their one-on-one fights. At least I hope that happens. Zoro, hopefully... Maybe 1v1 via King. That could be really satisfying. I'm down for that. Nami could have her fight. Hopefully, like Chopper, Frankie. Everybody gets their little moment to go do something. Even if they're in duos, that's okay too, as long as they get pushed and they work really hard. And Luffy will make it to the top. And, like, when he gets there, you're going to see a Kino shot. This is what's going to be on screen of all the Scabbards will be bloodied and on the ground. Kaido will be holding... Kinemon by the skull, or crushing his fucking skull in his hand or whatever, and then he'll drop him, and Luffy will maybe save him from dying or something, and then the real fight starts of Luffy fighting Kaido, and then, maybe other people will be involved, maybe Law will jump in then, maybe fucking Kid will show up, maybe Marco or something, who knows?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could happen. I'm mostly thinking about the way that they said they'd want to die to defend his honor, to kill Kaido. How many of the Red Scabbards are actually going to die, if any?
Good question. Well, I'll tell you this, Gib. While, yes, they're willing to die, the ancient samurai code was always die rather than lose. And, like, if you retreat, then you'll, like, be executed or whatever, because that's just how they fucking rolled. But what's even harder than to die to honor your master? It's to live to honor your master and to make the changes in the world. I predict none of them will die because they're going to be like the living legacy of Odin. But, maybe Kinemon will die and like the rest will. I bet no one will die because these are really hyped up characters that are very positive, and like Odin already died. He's the sacrifice in this arc.
I suppose that is the case. I'm just wondering because
just a guess
of the parallels to, well, there's not that many parallels. It's just like there's a number of samurai and it's cool, but Seven Samurai ends on a sort of a down note where quite a lot of them died, and there's like this very iconic shot of the three remaining looking at the hill where their swords have been placed as their tombstone, and it's like, damn, it's such a cool iconic shot, and I feel like
is that the actual like 60s Seven Samurai you're talking about?
Huh?
Is that like the classic movie? It's been remade. I'm just wondering if that's
it's the classic, the Kira Kurosawa black and white film. Like if there was ever a time to reference that, it would be at the end of this fight, having some of them die.
I'm fine with it. I'm just guessing Oda wouldn't do it based on his previous writing. But hey, I could be fucking wrong.
I mean, this is a very intense fight, and I feel like to make Kaido, like, he's a Yonko, and this is like a fight to the death. Big Mom was more of like a fight to survive and run away. This is, I don't know if Kaido is going to die, but if he does die, he shouldn't be the only casualty, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I don't think Kaido will die, personally. I think that he will continue to live in some capacity, kind of like Big Mom. But this is a different kind of story than Whole Cake. The goal is specifically to take down Kaido and his grip on Wano. So, and there's a fair question to ask him, how can they do that in any way besides killing him? And we've theorized a couple ways in the past that could theoretically be done, but, you know, it'd be a lot harder. It'd be a lot more challenging. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, Kaido has said previously the goal is to like launch from Wano, use Wano as like their base of operations, but to actively leave and go like try to become Pirate King again. Yeah. So like maybe if he does that anyway, that could get him off Wano, and he doesn't need to necessarily die. But would he really abandon his whole operation? Who knows? Who knows what the plan would be?
Yeah, it's not super clear. I think if Kaido does die, I don't think Big Mom will also die. I think she will escape.
Yeah.
And so she will be, you know, a continuing antagonist. I feel like, yeah, it's either Kaido dies and the day is saved, or Kaido retreats, but, like, what would cause him to do that? Maybe Kaido is presumed dead, and then he's stolen by someone. Like, Blackbeard jumps in, it's like, haha, add another member to my crew, picks him up, jumps away.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't know. And I guess we will just have to see where it goes. And also, I need to go watch Seven Samurai.
Oh, you do. It's a very long movie, but it's very based.
It's on my fucking hard drive. I got to get into it. Yeah, all right. Sounds like a plan, everybody. So that's it for this chapter. Hope you enjoyed listening to our takes and our prophecies and our excitement for what's to come. Wano's really ramping up now. So, I mean, this is chapter 992. I wonder what Oda's plans are for chapter 1000. Who fucking knows? I think the goal was to have that by the end of the year, if I remember hearing that correctly. But considering Oda's been taking some breaks, and he did get sick for a little bit, which is why some of these chapters took a while to come out. I wonder if that has delayed that. But in any case,
weeks left do we have in the year? It was October, so like
good
8.
Question. Like 8, 9. So that'd be he already took this week off. So like I'm not sure he even has enough runway to do it, even if he wanted to, with like jump going like not being issued for end of the year stuff. I don't know, but in any case, chapter 1000 is right around the corner, and like, could it be Oda's intention to have that be the chapter where like Luffy defeats a Yonko, or like something huge happens, like they find the poneglyph, or the history of the ancient world, which we know is partially contained in Wano, is revealed? Oh my God! Like chapter 1000, so many fucking things. Our expectations are all over the fucking place, I think. So I just don't know. How much can be done in 8 chapters, considering all the fights that are going to be happening, and who even knows? Maybe we'll cut back to fucking Shanks in fucking Marie Joie talking to the goddamn whatever it is, the fucking those guys, the Gorosei, or Eam. Will we learn more about Eam chapter 1000? I don't know.
Eam appears and he says, "I am the bad guy," and then he leaves.
I mean, maybe. Because between the acts of Wano, there has been because people talk about how Wano is a
kabuki play.
A kabuki
well, not a
play,
kabuki
yes,
play.
with
some sort of
wasn't it kabuki? Whatever it is, what some kind of fucking Japanese ass play with 5 acts. And do you remember which act we're in right now?
I think we're on Act 3.
I was gonna say Act 3 too. I mean, because a lot of stuff happens at the end, so it feels like a lot of this fight and a lot of Wano, could still be to come. So I don't think that they'll finish Wano like by chapter 1000 or anything like that, or certainly not the fight. But what could happen is Act 3 could end, and maybe on chapter 1000, just like we've done in breaks between acts before, maybe like the camera switches back to like Eam, or back to Marie Joie, or we see what Sabo has been up to up on Marie Joie and stuff, and we learn some big information over there. Maybe that's what Oda's planning. I have no idea, but that's certainly, like, there's already precedent for it in this very arc, so I just don't know. There's too many fucking things to be excited about.
Too many.
One Piece is pretty good right now, though.
Really good problem to have is too many things to be excited about.
It is. Although it can be a negative if you, as a reader, are a little impatient as you read chapter by chapter, week by week, and you're like, oh, just get to the fucking answers already. Whereas it's much easier to come back later and just enjoy the ride as you do. So once Wano's done, I'll have to go back through it and just see how it is. Maybe that should be something we do. When we finish a new arc, we just do like a summary. We reread it or talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't know. Yeah.
I definitely want to reread the whole of this because it's so much stuff has happened.
Yeah.
Like
God, it's hard to remember it all.
Way back when Luffy, what was her
when he got
face?
shipwrecked back in the
Kibidango girl.
Yeah. Toki? No, that's the time travel. Otama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're running around in the desert.
Goodness gracious. All right, well, it's all coming to a head, people, so we will keep you posted, and we will be back as soon as there's a chapter, so that not this week there was no chapter. Hopefully next week it'll be back. Chapter 993, we'll see you there. Will there be a new cover arc? Will Poundy Pussy wrap up this fucking nightmare with his daughters and move along?
I think it might be the last one because, well...
Yeah, it feels emotionally concluded.
Yeah, I feel it because, like, they always have the end as part of the title, like the little subtitle of the cover arc. So it hasn't said the end yet. So I think we're getting at least one more.
Yeah, let's hope so. All right. Anyway, that's it, folks. We'll see you next time. Hey, we've got a Patreon, people. Go to patreon.com/thepodcastpirates. Support the show. We do reviews of One Piece chapters like this sometimes. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
We also have our Discord, which you can join and talk about One Piece. Very active. People shit posting all day and night over there. The Pod D Discord. So that's fun. You can join that for free, but join the crew by joining the Patreon so that you are better than those lowly whites in that chat. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on the Pod D Cast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.